Hey, this is your mountain bike rookie. It is the 6th of March and it's still bitterly cold here on the Isle of Man. I biked out here to one of our local plantations and today I want to do a long-term review on my favorite adventure watch. My go-to watch whenever I'm running or swimming or kayaking or especially on the mountain bike. It's the Garmin Fenix 6X Pro. Now I've had this watch for 2.5 going on 3 years. And knowing everything I know about this watch, the good points and what I regard as not so great, would I buy it again? The answer is yes and no. Stick around and I'll tell you why. Let's do this. Okay, so this is not a technical or a how-to review. This is simply me telling you after a long term of having this particular adventure watch what I found most helpful and what I found most annoying, and then you can make up your mind as to whether you think it's worthwhile or not. Here's number 1. Ergonomic Design. Well done, Garmin's research and development department. These guys must have done a lot of research in getting this watch just well designed. There's no sharp edges, there's no scratchy bits, everything is well tapered, everything is smooth, which means a watch even at this size wears comfortably all day long. Okay, number 2, strap changing. Let me take my gloves off for this. Garmin has got this fantastic system at the back, which means that those little lugs there, when you pull them down, you just take off the straps like that. This is a strap monster. To be able to change straps on the fly is the easiest thing in the world. I've got about 5 or 6 different straps. Brilliant system. Alright, number 3, alarms. I travel a lot and going to different time zones, and it's fantastic to easily set various alarms, and it's very good actually. I don't have a different alarm clock. I use this every single morning of my life to wake me up. Fantastic. Alright, number 4, battery life. Now the battery on this thing is absolutely amazing. Whether you're running or whether you're swimming or whether you're biking or whatever, I've never had a problem. On everyday use, if you're just wearing the watch on normal use, you can get 40 to 45 days out of it. If you're running extensively or exercising extensively, using a heart rate monitor extensively, you could look at about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. But it's unlike other brands. You have to charge daily. That annoyance of forgetting to charge. If you charge this once every couple of weeks, more than enough. Battery life is excellent. Alright, ease of legibility. I mean, one of the reasons I wanted to have a watch this size initially was because of the fact that it can display up to 6 data fields simultaneously. Meaning that if you're biking or running or whatever, you can have your heart rate, you can have your VO2 max, you can have the sun rising, the sun setting, your pace, your speed, and 100 different things displayed across 6 different screens. It's brilliant. It's big enough as well just to be able to look at it at a glance, in action, in motion, and especially when wet or when it's raining or when you're sweaty. So that's a huge consideration. Display on this is brilliant. Okay, as I said earlier, I had the Garmin Fenix 3 previous to this one, and one of the things I absolutely hated was that it didn't have a built-in heart rate monitor. So it meant you had one of those straps that sat across your chest. Now some guys like it, especially guys that are really fit, really well built, you know, they're running in hot climates without their shirt on with a heart rate monitor. It looks super cool. I hated it. It felt like I was being choked everywhere I went. So to have a built-in heart rate monitor on the wrist was the way to go. And I love it. I don't really know that I need to know every moment of the day how fast my heart is beating, but it's cool to see it. Right now, 78 beats per minute. Alright, internal memory. The Fenix 6 comes with 32 gigabyte of internal memory. Why do you need that, you ask? Well, if you don't like carrying a phone with you when you're out and about, this thing actually has Deezer, Spotify and those music services, which means that you can download a couple of playlists on your watch directly. And if you've got Bluetooth earphones, you can just control the music from your watch. You play your music from your watch. You don't have to have a phone with you. That is awesome. And also, like even when I was biking here earlier this morning, you know, you can control from the watch your phone. So I was playing music on the phone, but I had the controls to skip, volume up, volume down from the actual watch. That is super helpful. Let me tell you, if you're running with a backpack or cycling with a backpack and you don't want to be reaching for the phone, to be able to Bluetooth from the watch, that is cool. That geeks me out. I love that. Okay, the next thing is timers. Now you may say, mountain bike rookie, why do you need that? Well, over 2.5 years, I can't tell you how often I've used actually the countdown timer. You know, you drive, and here on the Isle of Man you've got these little discs that you have to put in your car, and then you get parking for 2 hours, and after 2 hours, let me tell you, there's somebody writing you a ticket. Well, it's been so functional, so useful to just put a little countdown timer on the watch and time it down, or stopwatch. I use the timers all the time. To have that functionality at hand is surprisingly useful, and I think you'll be surprised how often you use it also. Alternative time zones, if like me you get to travel every now and again, to be able to just set the watch to alternative time zones, so flick between the time zones is useful. It is useful. Now you can either do it manually when you land, just adjust. It's very, very straightforward in all the functionality of the watch to actually find where you change the time, or you can just connect via GPS to that location. It'll set the watch to that specific time zone. I've used that so many times. And then finally, again, this is perhaps just the board geek inside of me, the fact that you can change the watch face from Garmin IQ Connect. There's just hundreds of different watch faces and watch functionalities. I change the watch face probably once every month at least, and it is great to have the functionality to do so. It just means it's almost like you're wearing a different watch on the wrist every time you change that watch face. Yeah, I love that. And then finally, let me talk to you about the things that they're not bad functions, and probably in a different context you might use these, but these are just things that I didn't really use. Now, the watch has got an incredible map function, and in my mind I saw myself navigating through the wilderness. You know when I use the map function? To show my buddies that the watch has got a map function. Compass, altimeter, barometer. Sounds incredible, looks incredible, never used it. Perhaps it's because I'm on the island, and on an island I pretty much know where north is, I know where east is, I know where south is, and I know where west is at any given point of time when I'm on this island. But perhaps you live somewhere exotic and you'll use those functions, but I hardly ever use mine in, what, 2.5, nearly 3 years. Okay, there's incredible levels of detail in functionality that this watch offers, and I have to be honest, I probably use about 20%. There's just too much that it measures, and apart from the first couple of months when you're playing around in Garmin Connect with all the different things that you can get statistics on, after a while you really want to know how far you went, how fast you went, and at what pace you went, and perhaps have a look at your tracks and then compete against yourself on either Garmin or Strava. But the functionality, just overwhelming. The $1 million man will not be able to do everything that the watch offers in terms of even the pre-programmed sports. It's got everything on here. It's just, yeah, over-engineered. All right, and then the wallet. You can set up your wallet, you can pay with the watch. I've seen guys use it. I did it once or twice, didn't really float my boat. I felt like a tool a couple of times when I tried to pay and it didn't really work, and the shop assistant's looking at you going like, and you're, no, I didn't like it. Stop doing that. You know, smart watches offers you the ability to be able to get your notifications, so your WhatsApp and your email and your Facebook and your text messages and whatever else. And you know what, I had it on for a while, and it was fun, but it just became overwhelming. In today's society, there's a constant stream of communication just hurtling towards you, and once you actually take Instagram and WhatsApp and email and Facebook notifications, Facebook Messenger, it just became too much, and I switched it off, and it was awesome. The silence was awesome. So 2.5 years in, knowing everything I know about the watch today, would I buy the Garmin Fenix 6X Pro again? Well, as I said at the beginning, yes and no. Yes, because I don't think there's a better sports and adventure watch to be had than this range of Fenix. No, because it's just too big. The thing wears like a tank on my arm. If I had known that, I wouldn't have bought the 51mm. The Garmin Fenix 6 comes in a 6S at 42mm, it comes at a 6 at 47mm, and this monster at 51mm. And you know what, it's just too big. For everyday use, sitting on the wrist, it's just too big. My wrist is a 7.5 inch wrist, 40 to 42mm watches are perfect. And if I knew what I know now, I would buy the 6S at 42 millimeters. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you use an adventure watch. You can't go wrong with a Fenix. This is your mountain bike rookie. Until next time, see you soon.